Maincode from Australia has launched Maincoder-1 billion, which is a code generation model that achieves a 76% score on human eval, the highest among open source models of similar size. The developers attribute this performance to improvements in data processing and reinforcement learning techniques rather than simply increasing model scale. In this video, we are going to install it and we are going to test it out. This is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. Please like the video and subscribe and consider becoming a member as that keeps the lights on. Also, please follow me on X if you are looking for AI updates without any hype. Coming back to this model, the model seems quite performant to me as far as these benchmarks are concerned, because you can see that it has performed competitively on human eval plus and MB PP plus benchmarks, though the document which they have provided in their model card doesn't exactly tell us a specific number for how much it outperforms competitors on those tests, but we can tell from this graph that the performance difference is quite significant. Anyway, let's test it out to see how it performs, and we will talk more about this model. I am going to use this Ubuntu system. I have one GPU card which is NVIDIA RTX 6000 with 48 GB of VRAM. And if you are looking to rent a GPU on very affordable price, you can find the link to Massed Compute in video's description with a discount coupon code of 50% for a range of GPUs. Next up, let's install all the prerequisites like Torch and Transformer, and then I'm launching my Jupyter notebook. And while it installs this stuff, let's talk a bit more around the model and its use cases. The model is built for practical deployment scenarios where smaller models have clear advantages like local inference on personal devices, low latency coding assistance, and application requiring many fast model calls like program synthesis with search. It can definitely run on laptops and smartphones without really having massive GPU cluster form. But there are few constraints, as you can see, and of course, given the model size, that is understandable. It has got around 2K token context limit, which is suitable for the smaller coding tasks. So don't ask it to, go into your nested massive GitHub repo and find the bugs and fix them. But if you're looking for security critical or safety critical code without any humans oversight, this model is not for that. But as I said, small coding tasks on your edge devices or mobile devices, I think could be a good choice. The model is licensed under Apache 2 and weights are publicly available, and I will drop the link to its card in video's description. Okay, so now let's first download the model. And the model is getting downloaded, and by the way, they also have a quantized version in gguf format if you even want a smallish model. And the model is now downloaded. Let's do the inference. So first I'm just going to go and give it this Dijkstra's problem, and I'm asking it to find the shortest path, and then we are just passing it to tokenizer to encode this. Model is then generating the output, and we are printing the output after model decodes it. So let's run this. And as the model is running, let's also check the VRAM consumption. So just touch over 2 gig of VRAM, easily fitable on any of the CPUs. And it has given us a response. And if I quickly check it, you see it has done the full code here. The code looks pretty good. And this is the code. We can also increase this max new token, but not too much because of the context window. So maybe I will just go with 512 here. And the model maintains its coherency, and you can see that the generated code is correct. Textbook implementation of Dijkstra's algorithm with proper priority queue usage, distance tracking, and also path reconstruction. And one issue, if we want to nitpick, is that it returns none when no path exists, but the function signature promises a tuple if you just check it out above here. So there might be some type inconsistency that would fail strict type checking, but I think it's a minor issue, not a huge deal. Other than that, I think it has done well given the size of the model. Let's generate a landing page and we will also check it out in the browser. So you can see that I am just framing this prompt as a function implementation task, which is what this model is trained for. And I'm hoping that it should generate some sort of Python function that returns an HTML string, because I'm not asking it to directly create a landing page, because that is not the strength of the model as far as I can see, because it is specifically a code generation model trained on programming tasks like implementing algorithms, functions, and small code snippets, not for building full web pages or front end components. So let's run this. The model is quite fast too. So let's wait for it to come back. There you go. And let me review this. Okay, so the model has responded correctly and does what was asked, like generating the valid HTML with proper f-string templating, as you can see here. And also the model went beyond the prompt by adding an main example usage function. There you go. So pretty interesting. Okay, let's try out one more prompt. Okay, next one is a bit hard for the model of this size. So what this is testing is if model can implement a complex graph algorithm which requires multiple data structures like stack, discovery times, low link values, nested logic, and proper handling of the recursive DFS with backtracking, which is quite hard for the model of this size, and it has given us the response. And this looks like a correct implementation of the Tarjan's algorithm with proper handling of arbitrary code node types using dictionaries instead of lists, fixing all the bugs from the previous attempt which it made. The model also has successfully generated a working solution when you can see that it encounters this complex prompt. So it is quite obvious that even despite of the size, it can handle complex algos, but also you might need some iterations on a very complex algorithm prompts. But all in all, a real good effort from a company from my own country. Really, quite hyped up about this. Maincoder 1 billion, I think it's delivering a solid performance on well-defined coding tasks and demonstrates that capable code generation doesn't require massive model for day-to-day coding tasks especially. Let me know what do you think, and if you know of any small model or from anywhere, of course, just let me know in the comments. Happy to check them out if I have missed any. Again, please like the video and subscribe and consider becoming a member, as that helps a lot, especially the member, and real big thank you to all the members who have recently joined. Please also follow me on X, as that helps too. Thank you for all the support.